We are welcoming our next speaker on the very stage. We have Group Captain P. Anand Naidu, Director ISAC. A retired officer, he has 3 decades of experience in Indian Air Force and the national broadcaster. He has proven track record at senior levels in various fields and different verticals. He has functioned in multicultural, multilinguistic environment all throughout in India and Bhutan, and has exposure to board level functioning and has interacted with the highest leadership. He's a transactional legal practitioner based out of Delhi and has been helping the aspiring candidates for civil services through conduct of mock interviews. Please give a big round of applause for Group Captain P. Anand Naidu.
Very good morning to everyone. Good morning. Thank you very much, first of all, to CXO Sideways, Information Sharing and Analysis Center and CXO Sideways has signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, to come together to help the CXOs get empowered, empowering CXOs. The speakers before me, both Mr. Navnithan as well as Mr. Hansraj Verma, have spoken about very critical elements that are essential to be taken care as far as the cyber security is concerned. I am facing the top leaders of cyber security. 3 things that come out, and everyone says people, process, technology, and we have just heard the technology keeps changing definitely. Processes have to change as per technology. Now, the constant thing is people, human beings. I think my predecessor has spoken much about it. Now, how do we fix this problem is where we are focusing in this collaboration. Academia, industry, and the government. The government, through AICTE, has taken some steps to create ethical workforce in India. And Information Sharing and Analysis Center is collaborating to make that vision fructify through Ethics Cards platform of Clean Exit. We are launching an Honest CV campaign along with NASSCOM very soon, and this collaboration with CXO Sideways, we are confident that will definitely enable you to demand and get the best people. Now, best people, sir has spoken about honest people, committed people, accountable people. Now, that's where the honesty comes. For some reason, in India, we haven't had the ethics as an integral part of the education, whatever was the reason. Now, the new education policy has recently come and it is talking about the ethics. Human being in the cyber security is a double-edged sword. It's not the technology, it's not the knowledge or skill that is double-edged. It's his mind. Whether because of frustrations, whether because of vindictiveness, whether because of greed, whether because of laxity, casual attitude, whatever be the reason, it's the human being who is causing maximum trouble. And sir has spoken about the insider attacks, and that's where the problem is. Very important element. We have been, as a nation, dominating the IT and IT-enabled services industry for over 3 decades. We have not been able to establish ourselves and our workforce as ethical workforce, and it's causing a lot of trouble to all of us as well. The Global Fraud Survey is reflecting that we are very low on the ethics part, professional ethics I'm talking about, not talking about morals. The Asian Fraud Survey reflects that Indian workforce is not only corrupt, but can corrupt anyone. Not a good thing to live with. And that's where the collaboration with AICTE and ISAC comes, and the MOU with the CXO Sideways. I'll just quickly, I think these numbers I don't have to speak about. You are all full of numbers on cyber crimes and the ransomware attacks and all kinds of attacks, whether it is individuals, networks, or the government bodies. Everyone is under attack, and unfortunately, we are losing a lot of money. And with Data Protection Act coming into play, it may result in companies closing down overnight. One data leakage because of an insider attack, it's possible that the next day the shutter is down, the company's name board is missing. Some more data, I will not delve into these numbers because you are all full of numbers. What I'll speak about is, this is the main problem. 5 years of our study has reflected that the core of the problem can be addressed by asking an individual to commit to honest CV. State the facts in your CV. As CXOs, as CXOs, as bosses in the companies, we need to ask the people who are getting recruited, please make sure that your CV is honest and truthful. Increasing problem of exaggeration and falsifying statements. By the way, on the other side of the problem is, recently the government of US has charge sheeted 82 students from India for falsifying documents. Germany has conducted a random survey as per which 8% of the people who have gone from India found to have falsified their documents. It could be as high as 40 is what they said. Something which is not desirable. When cybersecurity professionals lack the qualifications, they state they possess. That's where the problem comes. We do not know what is his capability he is talking about. I was reading a blog. One IIT student gives his resume. During the interview, he says, I know this. And the interviewing person says, but we are using these technologies. Can you just explain more about it? He says, since you are using the technologies, I will learn from you. This is what he has mentioned. And imagine if IITs, this is the state of affairs, what is happening in the other institutions. So we need to be cautious. This causes financial, reputational and operational damage, large scale. Now you can just see the traditional CV and the honest CV differences that we are talking about. Inflated job titles, skill embellishment, vague accomplishments. We are encouraging realistic self-presentation, highlighting what can be demonstrated by you, what I can do. State that, what I have stated, demonstrate that. That's what we are saying. And prioritize verified certifications, course completion with digitization, with all kinds of processes for verification automatically. This is very, very easy. Earlier, when we had to verify a certificate of class 10, we had to pay in some states as high as 500 rupees. J&K, we had to pay 500 rupees to verify class 10 certificate. UP was charging a lot of money. Today, everything is automated. Absolutely no problem in verification. Acknowledge gaps and allow the three-idiot example of Raju Rastogi. Sir, actually, I jumped out of this window. What happened? Because I failed, sir. They wanted to rusticate me, so I just jumped out to commit suicide. The truthfulness, mentioning facts, this is where the individual's personality comes out. And I think we need to encourage that. As CXOs, you will realize that we will be benefiting a lot by that. It's not about stripping down the resume into parts and bare minimum. It's also about ethical representation of our capabilities, of what we can do in terms of verifiable skills. Unfortunately, we have inculcated a system where our certifications never had any mapped labs. The skill sets were not there earlier. But today, the scenario has changed. We get readily deployable resources if we look for it. Only thing, we must know where to look for. Instead of going by the age-old certifications which have oxymorons as part of their names itself. With this structure and approach, both candidates and CISOs benefit from increased transparency and trust. And why we should have embraced this? I don't think I need to really explain this slide. Time spent in identifying and sifting through the inflated resumes, faster identification of truly qualified candidates, lower risk of hiring cost. One mishire costs 18 times the package. 18 times the package. This is as per the survey. Now, that is the kind of loss we will incur if we mishire someone. So that reduces lower risk of hiring costly mistakes due to skill gaps, strengthen your organization's reputation as a champion of ethics in cybersecurity, minimizing surprises after hiring, obviously, because he has, just now I have mentioned what that log is talking about. Embracing this initiative signals commitment to both technical excellence and integrity, most importantly, our reputation. This isn't about morality. Definitely no, we are not talking about morality. We are talking about professional ethics at workplace. And it starts at giving the right resume, honest resume. It's a movement that the AICT and the NASSCOM, along with ISAC, we are launching this campaign to make sure that we get the people with the honest CVs. That's the beginning. Hopefully, we will be able to make a difference. Whether someone is joining as a fresher or someone who is coming with a lot of experience, expect an honest CV, demand an honest CV, get an honest CV. There you have what he actually possesses. Let's shape the hiring landscape together, prioritize honesty, and build a workforce equipped to truly protect our digital world. These are the problems that we solve. Fake resumes, fake experience, fake training and skills, stealing company database. Now this is going to be very, very big problem if we don't look at it seriously. Refusing to return company assets, exit on short notice. Assets are just kept back, especially with data, so much of data. They keep the laptops, they keep the mobile phones, violating company policies, harassing fellow employees, posting negatively in social media. This is something which is a big way impacting all of us in terms of reputations. So these are the things that this is the way forward. I request all of you to kindly look at it and commit yourselves to creating ethical workforce so that people in people process technology is taken care squarely and nicely. Thank you all. Thank you very much for this time. Thank you, CXO Silence also. Thank you.
Thank you. That was our amazing Group Captain, Mr. Naidu. Can we please request Mr. Navneetan to come forward and present him with a memento? Group Captain P. Anand Naidu, talking about cybercrime, the landscape within India. This one is to make sure that you remember. Thank you so much, Captain Naidu. Sir.